Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Grotti GT500, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. This is the second most voted for vehicle this week, coming in with 105 votes. And of course, you can vote for the vehicles you want to see featured in upcoming Will It Off-Road videos by clicking on the link in the description down below. And another vainglorious member is to join the PC Master Race. You guys may remember Ryan does gaming from back way when I first started YouTube. He and I did some afternoon live streams together because he's in UK. Over on the PlayStation 4 in GTA Online. If you search way back on my channel, you might be able to find some of those. But Ryan, dude, I'm so glad you're coming over to PC, and I can't wait to play some games with you again, man. So that'll be really awesome. He's a good guy. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel before, well, go check him out. It's just Ryan Does Gaming. I think he's over in the right-hand column of more vainglorious channels. I'm not sure. So yeah, make sure you go vote for the vehicles that you want to see in upcoming Will It Off-Road videos. Pretty much everything that I own in GTA Online is available on that voting list. The link in the description down below. I think I need to add a few vehicles that I've purchased recently. But it should be pretty comprehensive. Of course, there is a section at the very bottom where you can click Other and type in what you'd like. And you can vote for up to 3 vehicles per vote, but you can vote as many times as you want. So if there's something you really want to see, by all means, spam that voting link and have at it. So I just finished a 5-hour live stream on a Sunday, no less, which I never do Sunday live streams. But, you know, I have on Twitch, you know, hey, follow for unscheduled surprise live streams. So, you know, 2 years. And, you know, it's about time I actually did a surprise unscheduled live stream, because I haven't done one in over a year. So I did one today because I wanted to play some Astroneer, and I figured, you know what, let's live stream it. And got to hang out with some great people. Promised them I would give them all a shout out in the video, and I was going to keep chat open on my screen so I can see everybody's names in there so I wouldn't miss anybody. And right after, like as I closed OBS, my computer blue screen, which is the first time in like 5 years that I've had a blue screen of death. So I don't have the list of people that were in chat, but I know that Ice Dragon was there. By the way, don't adjust your screens. That flicker was in the video, and I don't know what happened. It was just a weird thing. And I feel like redoing this recording. But I know Ice Dragon was there. We had Kelder Grayskull there. Had a couple new people whose names I'm blank on right now. Like Ace Theory, I think, was one of them. I think probably butchering the name. William, you were there. Deathman was there, and some others, and I'm sorry that I'm not remembering everybody's name. I believe War Never Changes was still there as well. But hey, you know what? We should talk about Will It Off-Road. We're up 2 minutes, 49 seconds. So will the GT500 off-road? Yeah, actually, not bad. That makes it 4th, which is really good in sports classics. It is 2.5 seconds slower than the Stromberg, but get this, it is 6 seconds faster than the Turismo Classic. So it just goes to show that sometimes the cars that are top in their class for racing can actually do better in off-roading if they have better traction. But a lot of times what it comes down to is sometimes being down on power will get you up the mountain quicker because you don't spend as much time fighting wheel spin. Because climbing this mountain, wheel spin does 2 things. One, your wheels are just spinning, so it's not pushing you forward. But it also can cause severe oversteer, cause you to spin out, cause you to constantly have to back off the throttle, so you're not really pushing the car to its max. And the GT500 is that case of where it has less power. So it doesn't have the acceleration, it doesn't have the lap time and all that. But because it has slightly less power, I'm not constantly fighting the back wheels to get grip. Therefore, or traction, I should say. Therefore, I'm able to go up the mountain quicker in a slower car. So sometimes slower is faster. But I love the GT500. I think it's a beautiful car. I have it sitting right next to my 2 Stingers. I've got the Stinger GT and then a Stinger topless in my Grotti garage. And that's right, I have a executive office. One of those garages dedicated to all things Grotti. The only thing currently missing is the Furia, and that will be changed just as soon as that thing goes on sale. But everything else, Grotti, is in that garage. And I think the GT500 just really captures that classic Ferrari design. That Pininfarina, you know, just that beautiful 60s coupe that they made. That whole era of Ferraris I absolutely love. I still love Ferraris today. But they were just beautiful rolling works of art back in the day. And I think Rockstar caught that, or captured that really well in the GT500, just like they did with the Stingers. But it's been a pretty uneventful run, other than that bit where we went up on 2 wheels. Other than that, I've not really struggled. Looks like we have some blood up on the front left fender, so we've obviously... Ooh, there's 2 wheels again. We've obviously had some encounters with some hikers, but I don't know what's... You know, I don't remember. I haven't been paying attention. Have you? I don't know. I just kind of ramble while the video plays in the background, if you haven't figured that out by now. After nearly 4 years of Bullet Off-Road. Now, my voice is going. I should not have done a 5-hour live stream right before doing a voiceover. But we are down at 2 minutes, 31 seconds. There goes Sven, I think. And we're back at the top of Mount Chiliad for an absolutely gorgeous sunset for our damage descent, where we seemingly pointlessly flame cars off the side of the mountain to see how bad they go. Crunch. And it's not pointless. Everybody's like, I've had people say, I don't get this part. I don't understand the damage descent. Why do you do it? Well, because if you're climbing mountains in GTA Online, you will invariably have an accident and you will go falling down that mountain in GTA Online. So, you know, it's a good idea of how well can these cars survive? You know, how bad are they going to look when they're done? Will they explode? You know, will they survive with, you know, the engine intact and not smoking? We've seen vehicles with 100% armor have their engine totally die and the car catch on fire because the engine takes so much damage. You know, so this is valuable consumer information that I am bringing to you in Bullet Off-Road. Or maybe I just like driving on the side of the mountain with all of my friends and this big clusterfuck of cars going down the mountain. It's one of those two things, maybe even both. But somehow I'm out ahead of the whole melee. I don't know how that happened. I got kind of lucky because I was caught up in the fray there for a while. But I've kind of managed to get through there. This car's doing fairly decent in the bumpy muddy bits down here. Kind of a shock. Most Sports Classics cars really do terrible down through here. But this thing, man, just sailed right through. And we are down for the damage descent in 1 minute, 35 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the GT500. Of course, most of the lights and most of the windows and all the lights on the hood and the rear bumper are missing. The doors won't close, the wheels are bent, and there is some slight body damage. And we'll take a look at our support vehicles from the Vainglorious crew. And yeah, Commander seems to have taken the worst of it in his Stinger. Hurts me a little bit. But that brings us to our next vehicle, the Pegassi Torero. Love this car. Fantastic car, and it is our most voted for vehicle this week, coming in with 120 votes. And again, go vote for the vehicles you want to see in upcoming Will It Off-Road videos. Link is in the description down below. And of course, we're going to throw a comment up on the screen right now with Donkey pointed out from last week's video that GTA Online is older than some of the children that play it. And while that is indeed facts, it's also very sad. Who would buy this game for a child? Like, I don't know if I had like a 13, 14-year-old, which I don't. I don't have kids, and I'll never have kids. Not without some miracle. But I wouldn't buy this for a kid. This game is not for kids. If you buy it for a child or let a child play it, you're a bad parent. And I will stand behind that statement, because no child should be playing a game with murder and drugs and prostitution and this much criminality. And, I mean, it's a game that glorifies horribleness, you know, in a very tongue-in-cheek, you know, way. But it's still there, and your children shouldn't be playing it, and that's my rant for the day. There is another link that you can click on, actually a couple, in the description down below. One of which is Will It Off-Road Bingo, where you can play along at home, click Generate Card once you're at that link. And then if something happens in the video, you can tap it on your mobile device or click it with your computer mouse, depending where you're watching from. And if you get bingo, leave that in the comments down below that, hey, you got a bingo. We've had 3 winners, maybe 4 so far. I'd really like to see another bingo happen. And then, of course, there's also the Vainglorious Discord link. We would love to have you join our Discord server as the Torero turns around backwards just to say, hi, I have pop-up headlights, even though they were down. We'd love to have you on the Vainglorious Discord server. Please join, hang out with us, talk to us. And if you're in that server and you play on PC, you can join us every Sunday afternoon when we record Will It Off-Road. And, of course, if you're on Discord, make sure that you have your Discord, YouTube, and Twitch all linked up, because there's different perks for different roles that you can get based upon things that happen within Twitch and YouTube and even over on Patreon. The Torero is climbing the mountain quite beautifully. You can see we've just now passed that 2-minute mark, and we're nearly to the top where we saw a glimpse of Commander's Avenger hovering in the air. I said since the stupid broomstick is a Pegassi that somebody should get it and ride it in this, so Schwinn's on his. So that's why you see an Oppressor Mark II flying around. Normally I'm against those, but it's Pegassi, so it fits with the theme. We're making our last little climb here at just above 2.5 minutes. This car has been an absolute delight to fly. And we are up 2 minutes, 45 seconds. So will the Torero off-road? Oh yeah. Not only will it off-road, that makes it the #1 sports classics car. It's about a half a second faster than the Retinue, and get this, the top 3 sports classics vehicles are all within a 1 1/4 second of each other, with that third one being the Stromberg. So the car that we just saw in 4th earlier with the GT500 is just about 4 seconds slower. Schwinn is taking out Commander's Avenger. That's what all the explosions were. It probably needed to be done because reasons. Yeah, so every week we get together for the recording of Will It Off-Road. I like that this has become kind of a community event where we all get to hang out for a couple hours and just goof around in GT Online while we happen to be recording the video. Love to have you take part in that, but you can also take part in the experience as well by hearing it after the fact if you were a Vainglorious supporter, because I make a version of this video that goes out to supporters only on Discord in the Vainglorious Supporters channel. And instead of hearing me and my lovely voiceovers that I do every Monday, you get to see the video on Sunday. And it features all of us from Discord instead of my normal voiceover. And you can do that by being a Twitch subscriber, a YouTube member, or a Patreon supporter. Even at the lowest tier levels of all those, you get all the perks. I don't have perks gated off to, you know, people who pay more or anything like that. And of course it helps support the channel, which I can use all the support I can get right now. I am an unemployed person with bills to pay, so any support you can offer is greatly appreciated. And so I try to pay it back a little bit by giving you guys your own little channel where I talk about some behind the scenes stuff and you can give you a behind the scenes video. Torero is doing beautifully on all these jumps coming down this mountain. I mean, this has been just, of all the cars that I would have expected to do really well going up and down Mount Chiliad, this is not one that I would have ever considered as a candidate for being just beautiful to drive in an off-road situation. It's easy to handle. I'm not fighting this car. I mean, it's Pegassi. Pegassi typically want to murder you. Like, the car is actively seeking chances to murder you at every single turn. But not in this situation. Wow, I cut that corner. It's just doing fantastic. And I am in love because of it. It's just great and makes me wish I put on my second character more, because he owns all the Pegassis. Doesn't have the best brakes, though. We're down to 2 minutes, 27 seconds, and we're going to go back to the top of Mount Chiliad with the Torero and see what happens. Of course, there is still the broomstick flying around. Don't know what just happened there. I think I was trying to... I don't know what I was trying to... I think I was trying to throw a sticky bomb behind me for some reason. I don't know why I busted out my own window there. There were reasons. Who knows what they are. But I am on my roof. Never mind, I'm not on my roof. I'll probably be back on my roof in no time at all. Oh, there we go. There's Rocket on his roof. Bounce on him. I don't know what he's in. Was that the Osiris? There is somebody's very purple bumper. I'm guessing that's Commander Hobo's. because I think that one of his Pegassis is purple. Looks like somebody's having a very bad time because they chose a regular motorcycle, and I don't understand why anybody would ever choose to take a motorcycle up and down Mount Chiliad. I only ever do it because people vote for it. That's right, if you want to torture me with a vehicle, you can do that by voting as well. And I'll record it in stop vehicle. There's only one exception, and you'll see it if you ever view the voting results, which you can. There's a spreadsheet down below that shows you the results of all the Will It Off-Road videos and the times that every vehicle got, both by just all of them in together. And there's a tab for by class. I can't get off my roof. This is great. I cannot get off my roof. But there's one for class and there's one for snow, but then the final tab shows you the current voting results. So you can see where people are just torturing. My God, flip over already. There we go. Jeez, I've got both my bumpers missing. I hope I remember to include that in the damage description. And if not, well, I just said it now. So, let's see. Oh, there's Commander in my way. It looks like I'm going to go over the railroad tracks this time. Okay. Kind of punted off the Commander there, so fair game. Go back down into the bumpy muddy bit where not so graceful. Not like we saw with the GT500. It's getting kind of thrown around here with the Torero. I always go blank on its name. Commander's in the Infernus Classic, by the way, in case you didn't notice. Something just went flying over the broomstick. And we're up, clipped the wood pile, and the run is finished. 2 minutes, 18 seconds. We'll take a look at the damage on the Torero, which is most of the lights, one tail light, both bumpers. I did remember to mention it. Doors won't close, and it has bent wheels. And, of course, we'll glance over at those support vehicles as well. There's only 2 of them here because, well, somebody kept dying on a motorcycle, and Sven killed Rocket. And Sven is dressed like a Chiliad since he's on an oppressor. Perfect Chiliad pose. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this week's Will It Off-Road. Don't forget, go vote for the vehicles you want to see. Make sure you play Will It Off-Road Bingo and come hang out with us on the Vainglorious Discord server. So until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.